Have you ever noticed that some people seem to create opportunities wherever they go, while others work just as hard, but never seem to get ahead? Most people believe money is the answer. It isn't. Money is only a reward. The real question is this: what are you becoming that makes money want to follow you? Here's something that can change the way you think about success forever. Jobs can disappear. Industries can change. Technology can replace tasks. The economy can rise and fall. But there are certain skills that no recession can take away, no company can fire, and no market can erase. These are the skills that continue to pay you year after year, not just with income, but with confidence, freedom, influence, and opportunity. The marketplace has always rewarded value. It doesn't ask where you came from. It doesn't care about your excuses. It responds to one thing above all else: the value you bring to other people. That means your future is not determined by your past. It is determined by the skills you choose to develop today. The good news is that every one of these skills can be learned. You don't need to be born with extraordinary talent. You don't need perfect timing. You don't need to know the right people. You simply need the willingness to improve yourself a little every day. Think about where you want to be 5 years from now. Do you want more financial freedom, better relationships, greater confidence, more opportunities, a life where you have choices instead of limitations? If your answer is yes, then this message is for you. In this video, we're going to explore 10 timeless skills that continue to pay dividends for the rest of your life. These aren't passing trends or shortcuts to success. They are principles that successful people have relied on for generations because they work in every economy, every profession, and every stage of life. As you listen, don't just ask yourself, do I already have this skill? Ask yourself, how much could my life change if I mastered it? Because one new skill can increase your income. Several new skills can transform your future. And the person you become while developing those skills is worth far more than any paycheck you will ever earn. So give yourself these next few minutes without distraction. Listen with an open mind. Take what is useful. Apply what you learn. Because the greatest investment you will ever make is not in the stock market, real estate, or business. It is in yourself. Let's begin with the first skill that has the power to change everything. The skill of self-discipline, the foundation of every success. If there is one skill that stands above all the others, it is self-discipline. Without it, talent fades. Knowledge sits unused. Dreams remain wishes. With it, ordinary people accomplish extraordinary things. Many people wait until they feel motivated before they take action. That is backwards. Motivation comes and goes like the weather. Discipline stays. It keeps moving when feelings say, not today. Success is rarely built in dramatic moments. It is built in quiet moments that no one else sees. It is built when you wake up on time, even when you are tired. It is built when you finish what you started. It is built when you choose what is important over what is comfortable. The greatest battle you will ever fight is not against the economy, your competitors, or your circumstances. It is the battle between the person you are today and the person you are capable of becoming. Every day, life asks a simple question. Will you control your choices, or will your choices control you? Self-discipline is nothing more than keeping the promises you make to yourself. Every promise you keep builds confidence. Every promise you break weakens trust in your own ability. That is why small actions matter so much. Reading 10 pages, taking a walk, saving a little money, practicing a valuable skill, making one more phone call. These actions may seem insignificant today, but repeated day after day, they become the foundation of an extraordinary life. Remember, success is not found in one giant leap. It is found in thousands of small steps taken with consistency. There will always be distractions. There will always be excuses. There will always be reasons to wait until tomorrow. But tomorrow has stolen more dreams than failure ever has. The disciplined person understands a powerful truth. The pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of regret can last a lifetime. So learn to do what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. Your future self is watching the decisions you make today. Every disciplined choice is a vote for the person you want to become. Do not ask whether the task is easy. Ask whether it is necessary. Do not measure today's effort by today's reward. Measure it by the life you are creating. Start with one habit. Choose one commitment that you will honor every single day. Protect it. Repeat it. Let it become part of your identity. Because when self-discipline becomes your habit, success stops being an accident and starts becoming your direction. Remember this, your life does not change when your intentions change. Your life changes when your daily actions change. Master yourself first. Everything else becomes possible. The skill of communication. Your voice creates your value. One of the greatest skills you can develop is the ability to communicate well. Your ideas may be brilliant, your intentions may be good, Your character may be strong, but if you cannot clearly express what you know, much of your value remains hidden. Communication is not about using impressive words. It is about creating understanding. The goal is not to sound intelligent. The goal is to help people see what you see and understand what you understand. Think about the opportunities that come to those who communicate with confidence. They inspire teams. They build trust with clients. They strengthen relationships. They open doors that talent alone cannot unlock. Your voice is more than sound. It is a reflection of your thinking. When your thoughts become clear, your words become powerful. But there is something even more important than speaking: listening. Most people listen only long enough to prepare their next response. Successful people listen to understand. They pay attention. They ask thoughtful questions. They make others feel heard. And that is one of the greatest gifts you can offer another person. When people know you genuinely listen, they begin to trust you. And trust is the foundation of every meaningful relationship. Remember this: people may forget your exact words, but they rarely forget how you made them feel. That is why kindness matters, patience matters, respect matters. A few encouraging words at the right moment can change someone's entire day. Sometimes they can even change someone's life. Communication also means learning to speak with purpose. Before you speak, ask yourself a simple question: will these words help? Will they encourage? Will they solve a problem? If the answer is yes, speak with confidence. If not, silence is often the wiser choice. Great communicators do not try to impress everyone. They try to add value to everyone. They educate instead of arguing. They inspire instead of complaining. They build bridges instead of walls. And remember, communication is not limited to conversations. It is found in your emails, your messages, your presentations, and even your attitude. Every interaction tells people who you are before they decide whether to trust you. So make it a daily habit to improve. Read more. Learn new ideas. Practice speaking clearly. Ask better questions. Listen with full attention. Each conversation is an opportunity to grow. Over time, your confidence will increase, your influence will expand, and your opportunities will multiply. Because your income is often connected to the problems you can solve, but your influence is connected to how well you communicate those solutions. Never underestimate the power of your voice. One conversation can create a new friendship. One presentation can change your career. One encouraging sentence can inspire someone to believe in themselves again. Develop the skill of communication, and you do far more than improve your words. You increase your value. And when your value increases, so do the opportunities that come your way. The skill of sales. Learning to create value for others. For many people, the word sales creates the wrong picture. They imagine pressure. They imagine convincing people to buy something they do not need. But true sales is something very different. Sales is the ability to help people make better decisions. It is the skill of creating value before expecting a reward. Whether you realize it or not, every one of us is in sales. You sell your ideas in meetings. You sell your character through your actions. You sell your abilities in a job interview. Parents sell values to their children. Leaders sell a vision to their teams. The question is not whether you are selling. The question is whether you are doing it well. The greatest salespeople do not begin with a product. They begin with a person. They ask questions. They listen carefully. They seek to understand the problem before offering the solution. That is the difference between chasing money and creating value. When your focus shifts from making a sale to helping another human being, something remarkable happens. People stop feeling like customers. They begin feeling understood, and trust begins to grow. Trust is the real currency of success. People do business with those they believe care about them. Not because someone has the lowest price, not because someone talks the fastest, but because they feel confident that the person across the table wants the best for them. Remember this: your reputation is always making the introduction before you ever speak. Protect it, build it, earn it one honest interaction at a time. Another secret of successful people is this: they become students of people. They learn what motivates others. They observe what people truly value. They understand that every conversation is an opportunity to learn before it becomes an opportunity to lead. Do not be afraid of rejection. Rejection is not a final answer. It is feedback. Sometimes the timing is wrong. Sometimes the solution is incomplete. Sometimes the relationship simply needs more time. Every no teaches you something that makes your next conversation better. The person who fears rejection limits their future. The person who learns from rejection expands it. So instead of asking, "How can I convince someone?" ask a better question. How can I serve this person so well that the decision becomes obvious? That single change in thinking transforms everything. People are not looking for someone to pressure them. They are looking for someone they can trust. Someone who listens, someone who understands, someone who brings real value. Become that person. Study your craft. Improve your knowledge. Strengthen your character. Learn to solve meaningful problems, because the marketplace rewards those who make life better for others. The more value you create, the more opportunities will find you. And remember this simple principle. Money is not the goal. Value is the goal. Money is simply the reward that follows. The skill of emotional intelligence. Master yourself first. One of the greatest victories you will ever achieve is not over another person. It is over yourself. Life will test your patience. People will disappoint you. Plans will fail. Unexpected problems will appear without invitation. The question is not whether challenges will come. The question is who you become when they do. Emotional intelligence is the ability to remain in control when everything around you seems out of control. Anyone can react. Few people learn to respond with wisdom. There is a powerful difference between the two. A reaction is driven by emotion. A response is guided by purpose. Successful people understand that they cannot always control events, but they can always choose their attitude. That choice changes everything. When someone criticizes you, pause before you answer. When something goes wrong, pause before you blame. When frustration rises, pause before you speak. Sometimes the strongest action is a moment of self-control. Your emotions are wonderful servants, but they make terrible masters. If anger controls your decisions, you will damage relationships. If fear controls your choices, you will miss opportunities. If pride controls your thinking, you will stop learning. The goal is not to eliminate emotion. The goal is to lead it instead of following it. Remember, maturity is not measured by how loudly you speak. It is measured by how wisely you respond. The people who earn the greatest respect are often the ones who stay calm when everyone else is losing control. Calmness is a strength. Patience is a strength. Humility is a strength. These qualities may not attract attention in the moment, but over time they build trust, and trust opens doors that talent alone cannot. Another important lesson is this. Do not take every setback personally. Failure is an event. It is not your identity. A mistake is something you did. It is not who you are. Learn the lesson. Make the adjustment. Then move forward without carrying unnecessary regret. Emotionally strong people do not waste energy complaining about what they cannot change. They invest their energy in improving what they can. That is where progress begins. Each day gives you another opportunity to practice. Choose gratitude instead of bitterness. Choose curiosity instead of judgment. Choose responsibility instead of excuses. These choices seem small, but they shape your character, one decision at a time. Remember, the greatest leader you will ever lead is yourself. If you cannot manage your thoughts, your words, and your emotions, success will always feel temporary. But when you develop emotional intelligence, you gain something far more valuable than approval from others. You gain confidence in yourself, and that confidence allows you to face life's storms with courage, wisdom, and peace. Master yourself first. Everything else becomes easier after that. The skill of decision-making. Winners decide faster than dreamers. Every life is shaped by decisions. Not once a year, not once a month, every single day. Some decisions seem small, others appear life-changing, but together, they determine the direction of your future. Many people spend years waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect opportunity. The problem is that perfection rarely arrives. While they wait, life moves on. Opportunity passes, time disappears. The people who succeed understand a simple truth. Progress belongs to those who are willing to decide. Indecision is expensive. It steals confidence. It creates doubt. It keeps dreams trapped in the imagination instead of turning them into reality. You do not build confidence by thinking. You build confidence by acting. Every decision teaches you something. If it works, you gain results. If it does not, you gain experience. Either way, you move forward. Fear often disguises itself as caution. You tell yourself you need more information, more preparation, more certainty. Sometimes that is wise, but many times it is simply fear wearing a different name. Do not let the fear of making the wrong decision become the reason you never make one at all. Remember this, it is easier to change direction while moving than it is while standing still. Successful people are not successful because they never make mistakes. They are successful because they make decisions, learn quickly, adjust wisely, and keep moving. That is how momentum is created. Another important principle is to make decisions based on values, not emotions. Emotions change from day to day. Principles remain steady. When your decisions are guided by honesty, discipline, responsibility, and long-term thinking, you will rarely regret the path you choose. Ask yourself better questions. Will this decision help me become the person I want to be? Will it move me closer to my goals? Will I be proud of this choice a year from now? Questions like these bring clarity when emotions create confusion. Do not expect every decision to feel comfortable. Growth often begins where comfort ends. Sometimes the right choice requires courage. Sometimes it requires sacrifice. Sometimes it means saying no to something good so you can say yes to something great. That is wisdom. The quality of your life will always reflect the quality of your decisions. So stop waiting for certainty. Start building it. Choose one decision you have been avoiding. Make it today. Accept the responsibility that comes with it. Learn from the outcome, then make the next good decision. Remember, success is not created by one perfect choice. It is created by hundreds of wise choices made consistently over time. Your future is not waiting for luck. It is waiting for your decision. Decide with courage. Act with purpose. Then let each decision become another step toward the life you were meant to build. The skill of financial wisdom. Make money work for you. Money is important, but money is also a remarkable teacher. It reveals habits. It exposes priorities. It magnifies character. Many people believe the secret to financial freedom is earning more. Yet countless people increase their income without improving their lives. The reason is simple. Income alone does not create wealth. Wisdom does. Financial wisdom begins with one powerful idea. Do not work only for money. Learn to make money work for you. Every dollar that passes through your hands asks a question. Will you spend me? Will you save me? Or will you invest me? The answer to that question shapes your future far more than the size of your paycheck. Successful people understand that wealth is built one decision at a time. They spend less than they earn. They avoid buying things simply to impress people. They understand that appearances fade, but financial freedom lasts. One of the best investments you will ever make is in yourself. Read good books. Learn valuable skills. Attend seminars. Seek wise mentors. The knowledge you gain can produce returns for the rest of your life. No one can take away what you have learned. Another important lesson is patience. We live in a world that wants everything immediately, but wealth is rarely created overnight. It grows the way a mighty tree grows. One season at a time. Small amounts saved consistently become significant over the years. Small investments made wisely create opportunities that once seemed impossible. Never underestimate the power of steady progress. Financial wisdom also means learning the difference between an expense and an investment. An expense gives you temporary satisfaction. A wise investment creates lasting value. Before making a purchase, ask yourself a simple question. Will this improve my future or only entertain my present? That single question can save you years of financial regret. Remember this. It is not what you earn that determines your future. It is what you keep, what you grow, and what you learn to manage wisely. Money is a wonderful servant, but it becomes a terrible master when every decision revolves around it. Instead of chasing money, become the kind of person who attracts opportunity. Increase your knowledge, strengthen your discipline, improve your character, serve people well. As your value grows, your income often follows. Begin today, no matter where you are. Save a little, learn a little, invest a little, repeat the process again tomorrow. These simple habits may not seem exciting, but they are the habits that build lasting wealth. Always remember this truth. Financial freedom is not reserved for the lucky. It belongs to those who practice wisdom consistently. Master your money before it masters you. When you do, you gain more than financial security. You gain choices, you gain confidence, and you gain the freedom to build a life based on purpose instead of pressure. The skill of adaptability. Grow faster than the world changes. The world never stands still. Technology changes. Industries evolve. Opportunities appear where none existed before. The people who thrive are not always the strongest or the smartest. They are the ones who learn to adapt. Many people resist change because it feels uncomfortable. They want life to stay familiar. But the truth is simple. If you stop growing, the world will eventually grow past you. Success belongs to those who are willing to keep learning, keep adjusting, and keep moving forward. Think about a tree during a storm. The strongest tree is not always the one that survives. Often, it is the one that bends with the wind without breaking. There is wisdom and flexibility. Adaptability does not mean abandoning your values. Your principles should remain steady. Your methods, however, must continue to improve. The destination may stay the same, but sometimes the path must change. Do not become so attached to the way things used to be that you miss the opportunities waiting in front of you. Every new season requires new skills. Every new challenge demands a new level of thinking. The moment you believe you know everything is the moment you stop growing. Stay curious, ask questions, read widely, learn from people who think differently than you do. Every conversation has something to teach you if you are willing to listen. One of the greatest advantages you can develop is the habit of lifelong learning. The person who learns one new skill every year will eventually stand far ahead of the person who stopped learning after school. Knowledge creates options. Skills create confidence. Growth creates opportunity. Do not fear technology. Learn it. Do not complain about change. Prepare for it. Every generation faces new challenges, but every generation also discovers new possibilities. Those possibilities belong to the people who are ready. There will be moments when your plans fail. Do not mistake a failed plan for a failed future. Change the plan. Improve the strategy. Keep the vision. Adaptability means refusing to let temporary setbacks become permanent limitations. Remember, successful people are not committed to comfort. They are committed to progress. They understand that every challenge carries a lesson, and every lesson prepares them for the next opportunity. Ask yourself this question often. What do I need to learn today that my future will thank me for? That question alone can transform the direction of your life. Growth is not automatic. It is intentional. It requires humility to admit you do not know everything. It requires courage to try something new. And it requires persistence to continue learning even when the results are slow. Never allow yesterday's success to become today's excuse. The habits that brought you here may not be enough to take you where you want to go next. Keep improving, keep adapting, keep becoming, because the person who grows faster than the world changes will never run out of opportunities. The future does not belong to those who resist change. It belongs to those who are prepared to grow with it. The skill of leadership. Influence without position. Many people believe leadership begins with a title. They think you must become the manager, the owner, or the person in charge before you can lead. That is not true. Leadership begins long before anyone gives you authority. It begins the moment you decide to take responsibility for your own life. The best leaders do not demand respect. They earn it, not through power, not through fear, but through character, consistency, and example. People are always watching. They notice how you respond under pressure. They notice whether your actions match your words. They notice whether you lift others up or pull them down. Your example speaks long before your voice does. That is why leadership always starts with self-leadership. If you cannot lead yourself, it becomes difficult to lead anyone else. Keep your promises. Manage your attitude. Control your emotions. Live by your values, even when no one is watching. These quiet victories build the kind of character people naturally want to follow. Great leaders also understand that leadership is not about being the smartest person in the room. It is about bringing out the best in everyone else. They encourage, they teach, they listen, they celebrate the success of others instead of feeling threatened by it. When people grow because of your influence, that is leadership. Remember this, a candle loses nothing by lighting another candle. In fact, the room becomes brighter for everyone. The same is true with leadership. The more you help others succeed, the greater your own impact becomes. Leadership also requires responsibility. When things go wrong, average people look for someone to blame. Leaders look for something to improve. They ask, what can I do better next time? That question keeps them growing while others remain stuck. Another important quality of a leader is vision. Leaders see possibilities where others see obstacles. They inspire hope when circumstances seem difficult. They remind people that today's problems do not have to define tomorrow's future. Hope is one of the greatest gifts a leader can give. Do not wait until you have a large audience to become a leader. Lead in your family. Lead among your friends. Lead through your work. Lead by keeping your word. Every act of integrity increases your influence. Every act of service strengthens your reputation. People may forget what you accomplished for yourself, but they rarely forget how you helped them become better. That is the legacy of true leadership. Never measure leadership by the number of people who follow you. Measure it by the number of people who become stronger, wiser, and more confident because you were part of their lives. The world does not need more people seeking attention. It needs more people setting an example. Become that example. Lead with humility. Lead with courage. Lead with service. Because the greatest leaders are remembered not for the position they held, but for the lives they changed. And when your influence is built on character instead of authority, no title is required for people to follow your lead. The skill of persistence. Success belongs to those who stay. One of the greatest differences between successful people and everyone else is surprisingly simple. They stay. They keep going after the excitement fades. They continue after the applause disappears. They remain committed long after others have given up. Persistence is not about moving fast. It is about refusing to stop. Anyone can begin with enthusiasm. A new goal is exciting. A new opportunity is motivating. But sooner or later, every worthwhile journey becomes difficult. Progress slows. Obstacles appear. doubt begins to whisper. That is the moment when persistence becomes more valuable than talent. Talent may open the first door. Persistence keeps every other door opening. Many people mistake failure for the end. Successful people see it as part of the process. Every setback carries a lesson. Every mistake offers instruction. Every disappointment builds strength if you are willing to learn from it. Do not fear failure. Fear quitting before the lesson has been learned. Remember, a seed does not become a tree overnight. It grows beneath the surface long before anyone sees the results. Your life works the same way. Many of your greatest victories are developing quietly, while it seems like nothing is happening. Trust the process. Keep doing the right things. The results will eventually catch up with your efforts. Persistence also requires patience. We live in a world that celebrates instant success, but the truth is that lasting success is usually built slowly. One disciplined day becomes one productive week. One productive week becomes one successful month. One successful month becomes a transformed life. Small victories create great achievements when they are repeated consistently. There will be days when you feel tired, days when you question yourself, days when quitting seems easier than continuing. Those are the days that matter most, because character is not built when everything is easy. Character is built when continuing requires courage. Instead of asking, "How much farther do I have to go?" ask, "Can I take one more step today? One more page, one more call, one more workout, one more attempt." Success often belongs to the person who simply refuses to stop making one more effort. Never compare your journey with someone else's. Everyone grows at a different pace. Focus on becoming better than you were yesterday. That is the competition that truly matters. Remember this. Persistence is not stubbornness. Persistence means holding on to your purpose while remaining willing to improve your methods. If one approach does not work, learn, adjust, try again. The goal stays the same, only the strategy changes. Your greatest breakthroughs often come just after your greatest moments of doubt. Do not let temporary frustration convince you to abandon a permanent dream. Stay faithful to your vision. Stay committed to your growth. Stay patient with the process. Because success does not always belong to the fastest. It does not always belong to the most gifted. More often than not, it belongs to the person who had the courage to stay when everyone else walked away. Stay the course. One day, you will look back and realize that persistence was the bridge between who you were and who you were meant to become. The skill of lifelong learning, the ultimate competitive advantage. There is one investment that continues to pay dividends for the rest of your life. It never loses value. It cannot be stolen. It grows every time you use it. That investment is lifelong learning. The day you stop learning is the day you stop growing. And when you stop growing, you begin falling behind. The world changes too quickly for yesterday's knowledge to guarantee tomorrow's success. The people who continue to rise are not always the most talented. They are the most teachable. They remain curious. They ask questions. They search for better ways to think, work, and live. That attitude gives them an advantage that lasts a lifetime. Education does not end when you leave school. In many ways, that is where real education begins. School teaches you how to make a living. Lifelong learning teaches you how to build a life. Every book you read expands your perspective. Every meaningful conversation teaches a lesson. Every mistake becomes valuable when you take time to understand it. Life is constantly offering an education to those who are willing to pay attention. Never assume you have learned enough. The moment you believe you know everything, you close the door to growth. Humility keeps the door open. It reminds you that every person you meet knows something you do not. That simple realization can transform the way you approach each day. Make learning part of your daily routine. Read a few pages. Listen to thoughtful ideas. Study people who have achieved what you hope to achieve. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? Small moments of learning, repeated consistently, create extraordinary wisdom over time. But remember this, knowledge alone is not enough. Knowledge that is never applied becomes little more than entertainment. The true value of learning appears when it changes your behavior. Read something useful, apply one idea, observe the results, then repeat the process. That is how learning becomes transformation. Another important lesson is to learn from both success and failure. When you succeed, ask why. When you fail, ask why. Both answers will make you wiser. Life rewards those who are willing to become students of every experience. The most successful people never graduate from personal growth. Even after reaching great heights, they continue reading, listening, practicing, and improving. They understand that success is not a destination. It is a lifelong journey of becoming. Imagine where you could be 5 years from now if you learned one valuable idea every day. Think of the skills you could develop, the wisdom you could gain, the opportunities you could create. That future begins with one decision. Decide that today will not pass without learning something that makes tomorrow better. Because your greatest competition is not another person. It is the version of yourself from yesterday. Keep growing, keep learning, keep becoming. For in a world that never stops changing, the greatest advantage you can possess is the commitment to never stop learning. And when you make learning a way of life, success is no longer something you chase. It becomes something you continually grow into. Build skills, build freedom, build your legacy. As we come to the end of this journey, remember one simple truth. Your future is not determined by chance. It is determined by choice. Throughout this video, we have explored 10 skills that continue to pay for the rest of your life. Not because they guarantee instant success, but because they transform the person who earns that success. Self-discipline gives you consistency. Communication gives you influence. Sales teaches you how to create value. Emotional intelligence helps you master yourself. Decision-making gives your life direction. Financial wisdom creates freedom. Adaptability keeps you ready for change. Leadership expands your impact. Persistence carries you through difficult seasons. And lifelong learning ensures you never stop growing. These are not talents reserved for a fortunate few. They are skills. And every skill can be developed. The wonderful thing about personal growth is that you do not have to master everything today. You simply have to begin. Choose one skill, practice it every day, then add another. Small improvements, repeated consistently, produce extraordinary results over time. Never underestimate what one disciplined year can do. 1 year of better habits, 1 year of better decisions, 1 year of learning instead of making excuses, 1 year of serving others with greater value. That single year can completely change the direction of your life. Remember, success is never something you pursue directly. Success is attracted to the person you become. When you increase your value, opportunities increase. When you improve your character, trust grows. When you strengthen your skills, your confidence rises. And when confidence and competence work together, remarkable things begin to happen. There will always be people looking for shortcuts. There will always be those waiting for luck. Do not become one of them. Become the person who prepares, the person who learns, the person who keeps showing up long after others have stopped trying. That is where lasting success is found. As you leave this message today, ask yourself one important question. Who do I need to become to create the life I truly want? Not what job should I get? Not what opportunities should I wait for? But who must I become? Because the answer to that question will shape every part of your future. Do not wait for a better season. Do not wait until you feel ready. Start where you are. Use what you have. Take the first step today. Years from now, you will not be grateful for the excuses you made. You will be grateful for the decision to invest in yourself. Because the greatest asset you will ever own is not your house. It is not your career. It is not your bank account. It is the person you become through daily growth, disciplined action, and lifelong learning. Build your skills, build your freedom, build a life that inspires others. And one day, your greatest legacy will not be the money you earned. It will be the value you created, the lives you influenced, and the example you left behind. Remember this, work on your skills more than your circumstances. Work on your character more than your comfort. Work on becoming more than you were yesterday. Because when you invest in yourself, the rewards never stop paying. They continue for the rest of your life.